One day, I'm gonna make a video that don't ever pause or break on me, and this is gonna be one good take, goals. But I want to talk about some of Black Panther flaws. It's just the things I think we should be conscious of that they put in the movie. I talked about a little bit in the podcast, absolutely unsure, but I want to always dive into it a little more if I can. Yeah, third take. Here it goes. um, Marvel pretty much capitalized on black crime, and no one ever even paid attention to it. And I think it's it wasn't all bad because they actually showed the reasons why the black on black crime is happening, and actually the true facts. They didn't say this, but we all know the true facts. I don't want to skip over this. Everybody know that pretty much you kill the same people in your community, no matter if you're black, Chinese, Asian, and anytime you go out of your community, you usually commit an act of war or battle or diplomacy or some shit so most tension happen in the hood, inside your own family, inside your own communities. I mean, they didn't necessarily say that, but they definitely put the reason why they were fighting against each other. They definitely put that they were products of their environment. They definitely showed that was the reason they clashed. And I think that was a good point, but I want people just to be aware of it. Like, yeah, it's a great movie, but they did show black on black crime, something that was a hot topic the past couple years on talking, just talking points on what needs to change in the black community. That was one of the main focal points in the movie. And the reason Killmonger was even Killmonger is because he was born out of chaos, and that's what America birthed in him. The world, raised him. And T'Challa pretty much was a product of seclusion when his tribes and communities seen that the world was going into chaos. He was like, well, they were like, we out. So he's a product of seclusion and being, a part of this royal breed, almost, a different, wanting to feel, in a sense, better, different, all that type of shit. Like, these are the morals that came about because of how they went into seclusion, why they came into seclusion. So these underlying reasons are going to be in the morals of everybody in this, essentially, at the end of the day. So these two people and products meet each other and the opposites clash because, Killmonger truly feels conscious. Killmonger was the more conscious one to the fact that, like I said, what's her name was more, unaware of all the problems that need to be changed in the world. So, Killmonger came with that conscious effect, and of course he's not gonna like pretty much anything of the royal substance because at the end of the day, none of it helped his people or him grow. So it's like this all just a show because what does it really stand for when all your people out here dying and not eating and shit like that? And you could say that to a lot of rich people today. They'd be like, well, black people ain't shit because, and I'm talking about black people that say this. Black people ain't shit. I found my way, all this different shit. They just lazy or whatever. And it's like, nah, nigga, you was diamond in the rough, nigga. We all diamonds in the rough, but nigga, you got out this, you got through and worked your way in the system. You wiggled your way through the system, and you made it through tremendous odds. So don't be a fucking dick and be like, oh, anybody can do it. It's easy as fuck. Like, oh yeah, like nah, nigga, that shit is blasphemous, and that's where Killmonger come from. It's like y'all have all the against the elites and the black people. Oh, that's another thing I should say. I ain't even said in this video because it's like the third one. Brother Panic told me about another point that I'll talk about later, but he also talked about this point where pretty much Wakanda was the Boule, and if you don't know who the Boule is, it's like the AKAs, the Deltas, all the people that's like in black higher societies that's pretty much a part of making America still grow, making America seem like it's okay. Like they're the black rich middlemen to the black poor and the white elites. Like they Because if it wasn't a middle rich black people group, we would never feel like we would have a way to succeed. It would be like, oh, we don't have a lane ever. So they gave a lane for these rich people. And I'm going to see if I could try to find a video I'm going to put in my likes. And it's just talk about how liberals really think. And they was like, we're going to take one black kid, or we're going to take the best black kid out the hood, because if we don't, he's going to rise up the other people around him. So what we're going to do is we're going to take him, put him in our culture, put him in our belief system, and through that, he's going to eventually, you know, grow apart from his culture and his people. And when he do go back, they're going to look at him as a sellout and as a you know, not really want to fuck with him. So they knocking out two birds with one stone in a sense. They taking a smart person out the hood, disconnecting him from the hood, also while making the neighborhood disconnect from him because, you know, he left the neighborhood and all that shit. And you see that a big problem in the black community when we call people coons and shit, which a lot of people are coons and shit. But I mean that's the words I like to use because I don't really get into shit. I mean, it's different levels to everything. So I mean, whatever. But yeah, Boule is definitely a lot of the pretty much every group that you see in college, because I mean at some point they were all created and influenced by white organizations and to pretty much be for the white people, like, and building white brand or worldly brands to be sane and to be cordial, to be, what are these rich ass fancy black people? You know how they just act like they want us to be that in a sense. And if you're not that, you the other type of niggas. Like what Chris Rock talk about. He was like, we got niggas and then we got niggas. And the niggas would be the boule, like, or whatever. The black people would be like the boule that's sophisticated. And when they look out in the streets and they see, you know, not so well off to do black people or black people that are not functioning right because of their products and their environment, they just judge them and they don't ever question or talk about what's the real problems, because the only problem that's wrong with all the black people we see today is the products of their environment, like point blank period. That's what Black Panther was about. But I want to get into the white dude, and I think his name was Agent Ross, but that might be the other Marvel character. But pretty much, I mean, he saved the black lady, and that was off, you know, the strength of just instincts. He was like, all right, I got to save this lady. When they started shooting, I mean, not even say lady, he just jumped. Like, this is reflex. Like, he just doing it. But once he got into Wakanda, he actually had a truer mission, and it was to keep Wakanda. Because once he truly found out about Wakanda, you know, he had to see what was up. He had to get into Wakanda. First of all, he gained their trust once he found out about it. He gained their trust by taking a bullet for her. Not saying he did it on purpose or subconsciously, but he know he had to do some shit to get into Wakanda and see more information. And the second mission was to keep Wakanda from on the level that they're at now, because at this level that they're at now, they're not affecting the world. They might be powerful as fuck, they might be all these things, but their seclusion is almost better. And whenever they do come out, they need to come out through our ways, not their ways and not any other ways. We need to be a part of this shit. We need to be a part of the manipulation, everything. So, and that's really what it was. Ever since from the moment they step out of seclusion, it's a white man in their kingdom helping them move. Before that, it wasn't. So, I mean, that goes to show that then. But even further out, when he stopped Killmonger's shipments from getting out, this what Brother Panic put me on. Like, of course, I realized he wasn't supposed to be in Wakanda and all that shit, but him stopping the shipments was for his own personal gain, for the own gain of America and the gain of the world, because America was going to have to go through uncontrollable change if that shipment wouldn't have got out. No matter if Killmonger plan would work 100%, 10%, 50%, the world would not have been moving the same way as it was moving previously, because those weapons are way powerful. It's in rebels' hands, and 1% of them got it. That's all you need. So at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, he even was gonna risk his life for it. Like, again, he was willing to die for that whole little stopping the ship, because once he killed like 2 of the ships, another ship came back and stopped where he was at, and he was like, you know what, put me back in. He was like, he would die for his country. He would die for the world to stay in the way that it is now. And we seen it as he looking out for Black Panther, but it's like, no, man, he gotta be in control. He gotta help America out, and he was the only hand in America. Nobody else in America know about this shit. But when they find out, he gonna be a fucking hero. Say he ain't. Oh, okay. That shit makes sense, nigga. I know it. Like, nigga, like, it's so many little shit in there. But one thing I wanted to say, I talked about this in my previous videos. Killmonger know how to really start change. You can't, it ain't gonna be no talking and shit like that. You gotta kill them, their kids, and their kids' kids. It might not have been him, M'Baku might have said it, but the fact that he even joked about it, like, nigga, you gotta kill the people that's ahead of you. Oh no, Killmonger said it. He was like, we gotta kill their leaders, the people that hold them captive, and their kids. It's because you gotta stop that chain of degenerate, you know, birthing or whatever, or lineage. Like, you just gotta stop that shit. Like, that's what they did to us in a sense. I'm not saying we were degenerate, but like we had, you know, what's the dudes called, man? Dingoes that they would call them. We had great men, swole men that were pretty much big ass tanks, unstoppable niggas. They killed these niggas off through all their ways, gunfire, all these different ways. And they pulled these people apart with horses and all that shit. Watched their kids, watched their parents, watched all this different shit. They mutilated people with dogs, all type of fucked up shit. Kicking off heads and all type of fucked up shit. So the kids that survived seen that, and they also still killed the kids that was, you know, that was coming up. Like, they killed them kids too. Most of them died. Like, so it's like only the people that survived was people that was seeing all the trauma. Like, honestly. So it's like, what was I getting into? What the fuck was I getting into? I hate when I do this shit. I be thinking so much. All this trauma. Fuck. I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, fuck it. I get into my other point. I don't think I had too much else to say about whatever I was about to say. I was wrapping it up. But my last point was I talked my previous videos. That's what I was saying, and how it correlates. But yeah, I don't remember what video I was talking about. But another video I had was talking about you don't really see people get their powers from taking natural substances, and T'Challa was a person that took it. I was like, yeah, I'll be on the lookout for that, and let alone that be one of the one of the movies. And I mean, I seen a couple movies since then, but for the most part, that was like the only movie that just, you know, you take this and you're gonna have powers. Usually it's some type of pills or some type of drugs. I already said that in the other video, but that was a long time ago, so I guess I can repeat it. But yeah, I mean, it really shows that, you know, black people are connected to nature, and the fact that they made the vegan joke and all those different things, it just shows like we're natural beings. Natural means nature. Like, we're from nature. The things we take in nature will give us superhuman strength. Well, what we consider superhuman strength. And then other shit will get us out of this human body. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't got too much else to say. Maybe I could think about what video I was talking about. Fuck it. Well, yeah, y'all go subscribe, like. I don't really talk about it much, but Absolutely Unsure is in the playlist. That's the podcast with me and the bros. It used to be the DNB show, me and just D-Frame, but now we got Rob in the building, and D-Cal always popping up. So Absolutely Unsure, y'all check us out. We got a bunch of different segments, and then we're gonna drop the full videos, and also it's on SoundCloud. So y'all, yeah, y'all peep that. Appreciate it.